About 3 years ago, I started a nonprofit foundation called Purple Hearts Reunited, and we find lost or stolen medals of valor and attempt to return them either to the veteran who earned them or their families. Since we started the foundation, we've been successful in returning over 100 medals to date to families all over the country. We receive a record number of medals per week, around 2 to 3 medals, and we currently have over 300 medals of valor that we're attempting to return to families. If anyone out there has one of these medals that they've discovered and they're looking to return it, they can obviously contact us, as well as obtaining information about their own families. If there's an uncle, a grandfather, or father that you just always wondered about in his service in the military, please reach out to us. We have the abilities to dig into their records and paint the picture for you and provide that information that could bring a family together.
What kind of reactions do you get from families after you've been able to reunite them with the lost medals?
It's very emotional. This medal, specifically the Purple Heart, which symbolizes a soldier who lost his life in some cases or shed his blood, it's the last tangible item that a family would ever receive. They cherished it in its own spiritual way. It became the veteran. So to be reunited with that medal 65 years later is very emotional. It often brings families back together again and brings closures to families' lives. Some families are very private. They just like the medals to be sent to them direct in the mail, and we respect that. Some families, however, want a ceremony. They want a chance to honor their loved one. Free of charge, we get not only the Purple Heart frame, but all of his medals that he would have been entitled to. Beautiful frames, and then we travel to their hometowns to conduct these ceremonies. Last year alone, we were in 24 states, and typically 200 to 300 people in attendance. It's an opportunity to tell his story or her story, paint the picture of what type of Americans they were and that ultimate sacrifice that they gave us so that we could be a free nation. We try to make them very educational, and to hear that family perspective and telling us who he was or who she was really brings them back to life, and that's really special. So being a full-time captain obviously makes it difficult. I'd have it no other way. I've served my country proudly for the last 17 years. But I'm in uniform 9 to 5. I have a new family, married with a kid, another kid on his way. So I do the fatherly thing when I get home from work, and then I dedicate 2 to 3 hours a night to researching. These returns are conducted on leave or on weekends, so it's a lot of time away from the family. We also do this a lot on our own finances. Each return costs roughly around $1,200. So we rely heavily on good Americans out there that understand the cause and what needs to be done to return these medals. And because of them, we're able to return these medals across the country.
And you had mentioned yesterday that you might be interested in some volunteers in Vermont who could help out. Tell us a little bit about that.
Sure. Based off my military schedule, I'm only able to return about 35 medals a year. I'm really looking to expand. Based off the number of medals we receive a year, we could use some help. I'm looking for 2 to 3 retired military veterans that have experience with public speaking, physically able to travel, and we'd like to use them to basically return more medals within a year. Our ultimate goal is if we receive 100 medals within a year to return all 100 medals that year.